rupee, and it has been challenged few times, and still it's been resisted. So I think 64.20 is upper side limit, while we are looking at the 63.50 as a downside. So the broad range we can see right now is a 63.50 to 64.20. Breakout on the either side will decide further course of the movement, but right now I think this is the range where rupee dollar is trading.
Pramit, what are your thoughts on the dollar index? Because that also, some analysts on the street say has peaked out after it went to almost 102 and then retraced, and right now 96, 97 or thereabout. What are your thoughts? Do you really think that it's peaked out, or it may again start moving towards 100 levels?
I think the move towards 100 level will come eventually when the US Fed will declare the interest rate decision. I think right now there is some sort of a consolidation we are witnessing in the dollar, where the interest rate decision has been delayed, maybe September or up to the end of December. Somewhere in between that period we may see the decision, and I think on that particular decision the further course of action will be decided when the dollar index is concerned. The other currencies, if you look at the currencies basket of euro or the sterling, is not doing pretty good, but overall still the market is not very sure about the interest rate rise time frame. So that's what's stopping dollar index moving towards 100.
But Pramit, assuming that a rate hike may actually happen in the US economy this year, be it in September or December, so whenever our own Indian markets start pricing it in, or this information is shared by the US Fed, how do you expect the rupee dollar pair will react here, or how the rupee will react here?
I think what we have seen in last year or so, rupee is not having much of a global effect. In case of any major event, we may see some sort of a movement in the rupee, but rupee is not right now directly correlated with the global event. So we may see some sort of effect coming in the rupee for short term, but otherwise rupee is going to play more of a local game where the equity market performance and the GDP number will set the tone. So I think there will be some effect, but I don't think that rupee is going to run behind the US interest rate rise.
Okay. Let's shift focus and talk about the euro dollar pair then, Pramit. We've seen in the last couple of days 1.08 to 1.12 kind of levels it has seen on both ends. Where do you see this particular pair head?
I think the euro dollar has developed a broad range of 1.08 to 1.14, and right now it is moving toward 1.08 to take a support for the further gain. I think what we will see in coming days, there will be some sort of a moment coming in euro where the euro may gain from the existing level of 1.08 towards the 1.10 and eventually towards 1.12. So I think euro is expected to get stronger in coming days, considering that the US interest rate decision is not going to come in the short term.
Right. Pramit, what about yen dollar? Because that also is something which is tracked very closely here in India.
I think the yen is also affected more of a local economic factor rather than the global factor or US interest rate decision. So I think the yen is considering a commodity currency. The weaker currency is causing the weakness in yen, and I think we may see a further weakness in the yen, or we may see that the yen is moving towards 125 against dollar in coming days.
All right, Pramit, we'll let you go on that one. Thanks so much joining us on the show today with your thoughts. All right, time to get you one more influential voice on the show. Food Minister Ram Vilas Paswan, he has indicated today that the government is mulling a proposal to export 4 million tons of sugar via